So, scrying the dragon of the Aethyr of LIL, and I'm just told to sit back, and there is it's like I'm seeing a flat surface, but really it's like a sea, and I'm seeing waves coming up and down, up and down. So this is very much like the sine wave that you would see. And this sine wave is sort of rotating around. At first, it seems like it's going to connect with itself at the end. So sine wave making a circle about a third axis, but really it's coiling up. And so now it's coiling up all the way up to the top and to the bottom, but it's almost like there's this full rotation up to the North Pole and then coming back down again to the South Pole. So it's like the dragon can do that, but it's also sort of, it's almost, I'm getting this sense like it's a Klein bottle, like there's some way that it's sort of reversing into itself. So this is very much seeming like one of the Saros cycles, Saros cycles that each one of the eclipses follows, where it sort of goes up and down the lines of latitude of the Earth, and sort of hits in that way. So I'm getting this sense, and I'm being drawn into the divine sphere here, and what I'm being shown is, there is the metaphor I've heard for the nodes, the astrological nodes, is a churning rod by Jolly Knott and Ashwin, whose last name I forget, but the Jolly Ashwin Show podcast, just to give credit, they talk about the nodes as sort of like this churning rod that sort of churns up the necessary changes that need to happen. And it's interesting to me that we have this movement of the dragon about the sphere, but also sort of like coming down up and through it. So there's like this this churning motion almost, for lack of a better term, but it's also spinning. So I'm just being drawn to this very center of the sphere, and I'm being asked and almost confronted in this way, like, okay, now that you're at the beginning, right, at the beginning or the center of this sphere, this divine sphere, and you're asking about this, the dragons here that sort of work through it. The sense I'm getting is it's almost like, and I'm getting some sensations that I should have both feet on the watchtower tablets. The sense that I'm getting is, okay, I'm just being told to really connect with all of as many tools as I can right now. Can you see that there is, that all of this churning is really just the same part, when I'm being told by the angels, when you, me, have seen this toroidal action, Toroidal action of everything. The dragon is almost like the dragons associated with that within this higher sphere of Lil is almost like this force of movement that takes on its cyclicality. And so, and the dragon, its own intelligence, is almost the ability of everything within this universe to both vibrate in a manner that creates regular cycles. And so that cyclicality is really the emphasis that they want to point. And really, the cyclicality for somebody who is at the center of a sphere is really just that constant change. I'm being shown, again, all of these, as I often am, I'm being shown all of the pictures on sort of like these little TV screens. And it's like, if you've seen in a movie where there's this whole image moving across a series of screens, it's sort of like I'm seeing a dragon go across all of these things. So there's this literal through line, or vibrational through line, that seems relatively chaotic, but It's just moving. It's like this energy, this necessity of reality to move through things. So the dragon is sort of like approaching me now. It's doing a curled up thing, so I can see like the length of it. Almost like if you were to see a dragon in a cave, near its hoard of treasure. But really just sort of looking and speaking with me. And what it's trying to say is, just let me calm down here and chill out here for a second. He's saying his nature does create some chaos just because of that churning motion. A rod is probably not quite the best example. It's almost like when you are dangling a toy in front of a cat almost, where there's like this little vibration that you need to do to get that snake-like feeling. And that's what it's constantly doing that. And it's moving from sign to sign and having more of an effect, but really all people are affected by all things all the time. And so that even if you're not in the immediate wake of the movement of a dragon throughout whatever medium you're looking at, it's still having indirect effects, and you're able to see it based on wherever it might be in your chart. There's this particular sense, and they're telling me I won't need to continue doing this with the initial plan that I had to do an additional dragon thing. They say that this vision is enough, but I'm trying to get back in here and trying to like calm down. And he's saying that the cyclicality, this churning motion, this vibration, if you can incorporate all three of those things into your understanding of dragons, that's really the main thing. And that's sort of speaks to why in much more of the Eastern traditions, you'll get more of this sense of appeasing the dragon so that the cyclicality will come with the rainfall, as opposed to in the Western traditions, stop being so cyclical, now give us what you want and give us the rain. But really it's the same thing, right? The sword that you're trying to use to end the dragon's life is really that same through line that it already has. You're just trying to impose a linearity on something that has a cycle, and that's normal for us human beings who often think that we're going through life in a linear fashion. And to some degree that's true, but it's more like we are only doing that because we don't realize that space-time is curved. And that is all the dragon has to tell me. So this is very interesting, and I'm very grateful. Even though I did scry the word dragons, it instead sort of is coming through as a singular or collective dragon form. And so I'm very grateful.